Hello, everyone. My name is Edoardo Fracanzani. I'm the director of the Argentina Peanut Chamber. And I would like to thank everybody. It's really an honor to be here and be able to represent the Argentina peanut sector at the Sesame and Peanut Conference 2023. So let me start with my presentation. Here we go. Okay, so we'll be talking about the Argentina peanut sector and especially, of course, the 2023 peanut crop. So here in this slide, you can see the evolution of the planted area of peanuts in Argentina. There is a significant variability depending on the campaign, depending on the year, which depends on a number of factors, starting with the lease price of the lots and other considerations. You can see in the map the average temperatures in the peanut area, which is in the circle right in the middle of Argentina, very concentrated in the province of Córdoba. Now, the temperature in this area are a little lower than other peanut producing countries. So this gives some advantages and disadvantages. The advantage, maybe the most important one, is the fact that we have very low aflatoxin contamination. And a disadvantage can be the little longer growth cycle for the peanut plants. You can see here the total peanut production in the last few years. The last one is an estimate still, but you can see that there is a significant drop in the current year. The 2022-23 crop, which has been harvested just in the last few months, is significantly lower. We will talk more about this, but this is due to a severe drought that we had in Argentina this year. But usually the production measured in shell, it's close to 1.5 million metric tons. You can see also the evolution of yield, in the right graph. And here too, there is a significant variability, of course, mainly depending on weather condition and the availability of water. Nearly all of the peanut grown in Argentina does not use artificial irrigation, so it really depends on rains. And you can see that the yield this year has been lower than 2 tons per hectare. That's measured in kernels. So to be precise, we had 1.77 tons per hectare in our estimation so far this year, which is significantly low, similar to the one we had in 2018 that also was a drought year. So here you can see the exports in metric tons in the last few years. They were pretty steady after 2019, where again a drought affected the crop. So around 800,000 metric tons of export, which is in terms of dollars exported, a little over $1 billion. So you can see here the evolution of the exports in kernel in the last 3 years, taking into consideration only the period between January and July. So we compare 2021, 22, and 23. And you can see that the value has been fairly steady, with a little bit of growth each year in the last 3 years. Of course, we forecast a reduction, a significant reduction in the second half of 2023, as well as 2024, due to the lower production this year. You have here the same figure of exports, but this time with oil, still in metric tons. there is a very significant variability, as you can see, depending on the month. But overall, if you take the whole period in the table on the right, you can that is the period January, July each year. It's fairly steady as well, a little over 30,000 metric tons for each period considered. Okay, this is our supply and demand that we publish in our website, camaradelmani.org.ar, sorry. And you can see the last 3 seasons, and you can compare the last one where, as I was mentioning before, we had a yield measured in kernel of 1.77 metric tons per hectare, which is very low. You can compare it to the previous 2 years, which were around 2.5 metric tons per hectare, so it's a lot lower. Of course, the production will be a lot lower this year as well. We are forecasting at this time a little less than 660,000 metric tons in kernel, which will allow about 433,000 metric tons of export for the season, which is significantly less than the previous year. You can see also here the total elements of demand, the internal market in Argentina, which is growing, though a little each year, oil stock, of course, and seeds for the following planting. Okay, this is a look at the weather condition during the current crop. During the growth cycle of the plant, we didn't have ideal condition. Far from that, in fact, we didn't have La Nina, as you certainly know, and also soil moisture. You can see in the chart in the picture on the left was very low in average in the peanut growing area. So very bad weather condition for peanut growing this year. This is a look at availability of water and heat waves, as well as frost condition in February especially. So as far as the first element is concerned, again, we had very high heat waves and low availability of water during the plant growth cycle. And a final surprise was in February, a negative surprise, I must say, which was a severe frost, which further complicated the plant growing cycle. So that was the situation about 2023. We just, as I was mentioning, finished the harvesting just about a month ago. And right now we're estimating the total production, but we will be very close to the figure I mentioned earlier. Institutional issues that I should mention regarding Argentina. There are 2 particularly impactful issues that we're looking at for the peanut sector. One is the taxes on peanut exports that we've been having for quite a while, actually. They range from 3 to 7% of the FOB value, depending on the specific product. And of course, it's an element that affects to some extent the competitiveness of our peanuts by adding to the costs. The other, which was particularly significant in the last few months, were restrictions from the government to imports of a certain product, as well as restrictions to payments abroad. Unfortunately, there is a lack of US dollar, the reference currency for Argentina. So the government is trying to limit as much as possible the outflow of US dollars. And that impacts on peanut growers and exporters' operations, of course. So just to look at the geographical distribution of Argentina peanut exports, these are the exports of kernel without taking into consideration oil. As you can see, the European Union is by far the most important market with more than 60% of the overall Argentina exports. But we do have significant exports as well as in other European countries, such as Russia, the UK. The UK is a significant market. Asia Pacific, the Americas, particularly some countries of South America, and Africa, for instance, Algeria and South Africa. On the table on the right, you can see the top 10 market, considering single countries. The Netherlands, as you certainly know, is by far #1 with most of the exports, but we have significant markets as well in the UK, as I mentioned. Poland is a very important buyer. Italy, Russia, Australia, Germany, France, Spain, and in the Americas, Chile is a very important customer as well. However, we export to almost 100 countries throughout the world. Okay, just in closing this presentation, I would like to present an event that we're organizing for next year. It will be the first in-person World Peanut Meeting in Argentina, in Cordoba, in the heart of the peanut producing area of Argentina. And we are inviting all peanut professionals from around the world to assist. It will be a great event talking about the peanut market, production, trade flows, and the future of peanut consumption and peanut production. So we'll have a website available in just a few days with registration ready to accept all registration from all peanut professionals that are interested. So thank you very much. Again, it's been an honor to represent the Argentina peanut sector here at the World Sesame and Peanut Conference 2023. Thank you, and have a great continuation of the conference. Bye-bye.